Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Oil Boys weekly show. Coming in late this week because Sunday, obviously, Steve was at the Etihad dancing up and down. Saj, I don't know where Saj was celebrating the title win. God knows. Do you know what I'm saying? Me and Monstar were stressing about a defeat to Aston Villa where Tottenham were bailing us out. So it wasn't really the weekend we planned, but it was a bit all over the place. We just pushed this back to Tuesday. Give Saj a couple more days to get into that Champions League mood. Give him a bit of a break because the Premier League, you just won the Premier League. Not many people are talking about it, but deserves some shine. Do you know what I'm saying? So give you some time to think about that and get into the Champions League mood. I can see the chat. They're already hyped. I know Monstar just came off a stream talking about a couple players that are trying to push the narrative, trying to push themselves back into our squad after leaving us not so long.
No thanks. No disrespect to them, though, but no thanks.
No thanks. But before we get into all of that, we're going to talk about Champions League final. We're going to talk about those two players a little bit. We're going to talk about Man City big time here because I want to get a lot of info on Man City now. This is going to be the last time I speak to Saj in public before I get back to London tomorrow and the beef really begins, all right? So, Saj, first of all, how you doing, bro? How you doing?
You know what they say, you shouldn't work in a toxic work environment. I don't understand why you would come back before the Champions League final because there's going to be hatred in the house, no matter who wins and who loses. It just doesn't make sense. I will say this, though. You lot are jammy. Strike two, bruv. Tuchel got lucky on this one. You almost messed it up. You almost didn't get Champions League, and let's talk about it. You man are getting real close to the line, and I loved it. It was a great. Do you know what? Yeah, I have to say, I love when all the teams play on the final day of the season. Do you know why? It's just magic. You don't really know what's going to happen. Who saw Tottenham coming back from behind? Who saw Chelsea losing to Aston Villa? All these narratives are beautiful. It's beautiful. It's great.
It is great. It paints the picture of the underdog, the same kind of underdog situation in 2012. It paints that picture. It means that you guys have even more pressure going into the game to win against a very average-looking Chelsea team. Monstar, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Talk to me.
Listen, all that almost talk and blah, blah, blah. Listen, history now states Chelsea got in the top four, so almost is out the window now, innit? That don't mean nothing to me, bro.
Quick question, is it automatic or is it qualifications?
Automatic. All top four teams go right into the Champions League.
I won't disrespect you.
So to me, that don't matter no more. We're in there now. That's that taken care of. Obviously, the Aston Villa game that was hard to watch. It was
the team that you sent Ross Barkley to go and die at. Put in work,
bro. Do you know what it is? Those attackers. There's like I see people blaming Tuchel's system. People blaming the midfield. Obviously, no one's going to blame the defense because the defense are actually doing their job.
Yeah.
These, man, cannot score. Like, I think at halftime, we had 12 shots. Something like none on target or one on target. Aston Villa had like one shot and it was like straight in. Like, that's how bad these guys finishing up. The midfield is not the problem. These guys, chances are being created, yeah? These guys can't score, bruv. They actually cannot score. It's actually mad. Like,
Imagine.
They're proper toothless. Let's be real. They are toothless.
So this is the most toothless I've seen Chelsea.
Yeah, same. Because even last season, at least Tammy Abraham was putting them in at the start, the first part
of
the
season.
Giroud
and Pulisic came in after.
Yeah, and Pulisic turned up. This season, nobody's really turned up consistently from a goal-scoring output situation.
You might as well call your striking force just a pivot gang, bruv. Because that's all it is, bruv. One man in, one man out, bruv. Same work rate. And it's getting to the point where...
Do you know who our top scorer is, Saj, for the Premier League?
Jorginho, yeah. Imagine that you sign Havertz and Werner, and Jorginho is your striker. Come on. Is your top striker. Come on, man.
It's mad. It's proper mad. The chat are calling me thick teeth again. I don't know where you guys are getting this from because I haven't squatted in a long time.
What's that about, man? What's the backstory there, bro?
Bro, I don't know. Yeah, there was a time where I had to pick something up, and from that moment, it's just they've been moving like as if I've got a bunda when I don't. Do you know what I mean? I haven't been to the gym in over 2 years.
Do you know what's the most questionable thing about that? Yeah, I know the demographics of the people behind this channel, yeah, and the amount of mandem on this channel, yeah, is ridiculous.
In relation to
bro.
females?
I caught a stream last
We know
week,
the
yeah.
percentages.
I got no. I got one better. I caught, bro, Monster. You're lucky I'm a good guy because I was gonna clip it and I was gonna put a meme at the end. I caught a stream last week of Monster talking about the brother from Monaco and his thighs, and then I was like, "Ooh, those thighs."
You know what
And
it
then
is, yeah?
man realized
Don't clip too much
after
on this
saying
show.
them thighs 6-7 times, I was like, pause. I was like, brother, that was so funny. Oh my god.
On the London Clubs Carnage show, we're clipping each other for real all the time. This show has started off nicely. It's starting to get a little bit
violent, yeah.
because of the Champions League final. We ain't really started clipping each other yet, but it could happen. You wanted to? I got receipts from last week. I do remember. I have receipts. Last week. Not now.
Oh,
don't
Sad.
take out your receipts yet. You're not.
Oh, Sad.
We don't
Remember
get cashback.
from a couple shows ago? Can you find those clips? I've got those clips.
That's right. Listen, we don't do cashback here, bro. We just leave that until the game is over. This super chat coming and saying, I think we need to score first, then probably we can do something sharp shot. Maybe if City score first, it's curtains. We ain't getting back, bro. I would agree. I think this team struggle coming from behind, mainly because they can't score in the first place. So that never helps. When you go a goal down and you can't score any goals, then you're in trouble, right? So I don't know if there's a mentality question, and this team, when they go out onto the pitch, they know that their weakness is scoring goals. So when they have individual errors like they did at the weekend with Traore somehow running off as a free man from a corner, Monstar, I don't know how the hell that happened. Seriously, that's just mad.
Someone weren't tracking their man. That's all it was. He literally had the easiest pathway to score. Like he walked, like it was so easy. When we conceded, I was just flabbergasted. Like, we've been so defensively solid. How did this guy literally just walk up to the ball and put it in the back of the net like that?
Better tracking on Uber Eats than what the hell we was doing over the weekend. Trust me.
You know what, yeah? Mount had a bag of chances, bro. He was very unlucky in that game, man.
Not unlucky, just poor finishing. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah, his finishing is not the best.
A bit harsh. Oh, God damn.
No, I'm just being real with it. Like, his finishing was really poor. He had 2 big opportunities in the box, didn't take them.
He ballooned one of them, didn't he?
Proper ballooned it. And I think his dad was saying the same thing on one of the other podcasts. What he wants him to do in his next progression, take that next step, is have that composure in front of goal. And when you're in the box, don't rush it, don't lash at it, don't lace it, place it. But he's not there yet, so that's an issue.
Let's not forget though the handball as well. I know it was so close, but if the ball's going into the back of the net, your hand stops it. I mean, come on, man. I think it was Havertz's chance where Tyrone Mings hit his hand. It was literally going into the back of the net. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that one, innit?
Yeah. But listen, the Premier League, it ended how it did. Thank God Gareth decided to step up, and I don't know why or where the ammunition from Tottenham came to start playing football for the first time in God knows how many months.
You would think they would purposely lose, innit?
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm calling it, yeah? Do you know what, yeah? This one, I'm calling it, brother. I'm calling it conspiracy hat on. I think Harry Kane did this as the biggest swerve in football history. He did it on purpose so you man can get Champions League and he's going to sign for you, man. I'm calling it.
Hey, I would hope he'd do that.
I'm calling it. He's like Bundy's, man. I'm calling it.
But what's disappointing is that with everything on the line, potentially our next season, that is next season Champions League football, isn't it?
Yeah.
These guys with that on the line, they still bottled it and barely showed any heart. That was so disappointing. I can't lie. It was really knowing what was on the line. Knowing you would, at the time Leicester were winning, knowing that until Tuchel told him to calm down, it's cool. Remember towards the end when he told him that, knowing that, and they perform like that, that is worrying.
Well, let's get into that, right? Because we're going to get into this question for Saj afterwards. But there's a fluctuation in Chelsea's mentality over the last few weeks, right? And it's more downs than ups. But we'll give the one up, that Leicester game where they won 2-1. Rudiger got into a fight. Mendy came in with his long arms and started separating people, and everybody got high off of that. But the final against Leicester was poor. The performance against Villa was poor. And the mentality is a bit in question. So obviously, Monstar, we were quite confident quite a few weeks ago after the City win going into this final. Has the mentality up and downness kind of ruined that for you? Or are you going into this less confident than you was, a couple of weeks ago? How are you feeling now?
It depends. One of the people obviously, to me, that needs to. I think it depends on like with Kante and Mendy. If they don't start, then to me it's just like give them the cup. But
have you not
I don't
scored?
know.
Haven't you not scored first every single time we played this season though?
Oh God, no.
No,
The last two times,
you guys scored first against us in the Premier League.
Oh, you talking about when we played you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Ziyech
you
scored first, and then also in the FA Cup, right?
You in the FA Cup, that was 1-0. In the league, you scored.
Oh no,
first.
Ziyech equalised. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Ziyech is a bit of a boogeyman for us, you know. Like he seems to score those far out, just outside the box type goals, man.
I hope it stays that way, but yeah, it's
no.
It's knowing what we had on the line and how these guys perform. I'm just thinking to myself, with the Champions League on the line, is this how these lot going to perform? Because they poured, especially our midfield was quite bad. Ziyech, not Ziyech, Kovacic and Jorginho. Kovacic,
yeah.
I think it's just he's rusty anyway. But against Leicester as well, remember when we won 2-1, he was the one that gave the goal away, and he just looked bad the other day as well. And now that could be rustiness, isn't it? And Jorginho, is being Jorginho. He's inconsistent where he will have good performances and then he will pull up stinkers, and that's what's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
And then obviously we know how toothless our front line is. Simple.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll get into who we play. No, I mean we'll get into who we play because I want to do both of our teams starting 11. But I feel like there's going to be some questions as well as we go along, so we'll probably just go through those and then you'll pick off the rest. But I mean, Saj, obviously you're confident. Steve, who's in Portugal on the beach, lying down, chilling, living life, is probably confident. Are you getting nervous though? Because it's a couple.
I'm going to put it this way. Firstly and foremost, happy to be here. And bruv, and a lot of people, I've seen a lot of fans online, both Chelsea, Man City, and the ones that are irrelevant that aren't in the final. Just be happy for the occasion, innit? Every day that you get to the Champions League final, bruv. Am I confident that we're going to win? Yes. Why I'm confident I'm going to win? I do believe Pep has maneuvered and rested players enough that when the final comes, our best 11 will be ready in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't had any significant injuries.
No, not at all.
Kind of
We've pretty much been playing our, not beating, but like our extra A's.
And you smashed up Everton the other day. Really.
And I was like, we put 5 past Everton and they got a good defense.
Got a good team. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put too much into that though, because it's a nothing game, innit? So I wouldn't
not for us. Too much. It was nothing for us. For Everton, they could have got Europa League.
They were still fighting for stuff. Yeah, Everton was still fighting for something. I was quite surprised that you put 5 past them, but final day out, Aguero
narrative. So cool, and that's bruv. We know what I knew what it is. Like it's not a surprise. Like he's gonna spring on that. He's leaving now. We already know he's gone. It was just nice, innit? Scored goals. Still feel a little bit disrespected about we could have won against Chelsea if you just didn't do the silliness. But narrows and narrows. It's a nice way to go out. Slapped on a double. It kind of does go to show Jesus was good in that game.
He was.
His finishing was good in that game. Even his chancing, his movement was good to the point where I was like, right, he could be our new striker. But then I'm like,
really? Because you don't really rate him like that. You've had a lot of criticism for
Jesus. I know this is going to sound nuts here. I think he's a really good winger and or worse, central attacking midfielder. Not as much, but his finishing is even like sometimes he's not like prone to shoot or like make a move to shoot. He doesn't. It really is inconsistent from him, innit? So I still think we need a striker, but it was good. It was good from pretty much everyone.
It's funny though, because as inconsistent as he is with his finishing at times, and he can be a bit hit and miss, he'd actually probably be our best striker.
Yeah,
which is mad.
He would do good at Chelsea.
He would, especially with the way we play.
He runs it from behind as well. Yeah,
counter pressing system, forward line needs energy.
Do you remember a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I said I would.
Yeah. You would take Abraham.
Let's talk about it.
Jesus, yeah.
I said I'll take Tammy over Gabriel, and Matisse said he would take Jesus in a heartbeat. And at that time, I thought you were nuts. But this is when Tammy had that good season, innit?
Yeah.
When Frank first came in, and I was like, nah, man, I just don't see Jesus being anywhere as good as Tammy. Time is a hell of an equalizer, man. Boy.
With that, we've got a question here. Question for Saj. It says, will you prefer Rodri or Fernandinho for the final? I feel like Rodri is weak is the weak link because he's not press resistant. Fernandinho doesn't have the legs for our midfield though.
I'm just gonna say this off rip. I would take Fernandinho all day, every day. He's not this narrative that Fernandinho, like in a one-off game, is not gonna have the legs to run around and do the business is absolutely ridiculous. I can see
Mason Mount catches him, yeah.
I could say even Kante.
You remember what Mason Mount did to him in the FA Cup?
That's what I'm saying.
Remember what he did to him?
But I feel like you need Fernandinho's know-how, experience.
You might need both of them. You might need both of them. You might need both of them.
They're not going to do that. No chance.
What
you really want to leave? Do you really want to leave Fernandinho or Rodri by themselves? Do you really want to take that risk?
Man City are going to be thinking forward, so they're going to be thinking about how can they expose a Jorginho who's out of form. Kovar shouldn't even start, in my opinion, because he still looks rusty from his injury. He's made two kind of blunders.
Kante has to start.
Kante has to start. Hopefully he's fit. If he's not, God help us all. So yeah, they're going to be looking to take advantage of what is a very iffy pivot right now in terms of form, and Kante is only just coming back. Who do we blame for the mentality? This is obviously earlier when I was talking about Chelsea's mentality being very up and down. It seems more like players to me, even since 2018, Sarri said it regularly, these set of players are very hard to motivate. I think someone on Twitter put this very well when it comes to Chelsea's players. They can beat anyone on their day at their best, but they can't consistently perform over the course of a season to win a title.
And that's why I disagree with that. You might have been good. You just had a little blunder.
We've been good, right? Because a new manager's come in with a new system that hides the weaknesses of the team and pushes the strengths of the team. So it hides Jorginho's lack of pace in transition by putting the three at the back behind him, puts him in close quarters and close angles where he can win in the counter press, build up play, and move out from the back. We play possession football. We've got the wing backs. We've got security. Same thing Conte did when we had that poor spell at the start of the season, switched to a three at the back, became more compact, only he played maybe a bit more defensive, counter-attacking. We're playing a bit more attacking, progressive, but it's still the same, security kind of notion. He built from the back, defense, and then let the attackers do what they want, and clearly they can't do anything. Now, but to be consistently challenging for the title over the whole course of the season, the team has to be consistent, which they haven't been for how many years? Since Conte title winning season, right? So we've been challenging for the top four for 4 years straight, and sometimes taking it to the last day and bottling it most of the time, and not really feeling like we even deserve to be in there because we're dropping the bag. That's because of this set of players. This set of team mentality has dropped off. We've gone from challenging for titles to Arsenal when under Wenger.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
It is Arsenal under Wenger at the Emirates.
No, we're not there yet. We're
getting there.
You're higher than
bro. We're in a Champions League final, bro.
We are in the Champions League final. We are in the Champions League final. But I always say, when it comes to judging the team, the league is the bulk of the season. You can get to a Champions League final. PSG did it. Dortmund did it. You can get to FA Cup finals, Portsmouth, Wigan. But the league mainly.
What if?
And the league form's been poor for the last 4 years.
Yo, Matisse, you're off sync, bro. You're off sync. Bro.
Yeah. You're off sync.
Yeah, off sync. Come back in, bro.
Really?
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah.
Okay.
So the question is, what if Chelsea were to win the Champions League? Then that conversation will go automatically just run out the window.
This is the thing. I'm going to even go one easier than that.
When we won the
you win the FA Cup. No one's having this conversation right now.
But when we won the Champions League, we finished 6th in the league, right?
Okay.
Where did we finish the following season? 3rd? 4th?
3rd and won the Europa League.
Right. So just because we win, what my point is, right, is that when you win a cup competition like this, it doesn't mean that you're progressing as a club or that you're sustaining success. Liverpool and Man City are sustained because they're year in, year out challenging near the top.
No, I'm not going to allow you to get away with that. That's a contradiction. Because last week you literally said cups over top four. No. Don't make sense, man.
Hold on, Matisse. Liverpool.
Don't get me confused.
Liverpool have been competing.
I would rather win the cups, but it doesn't mean that Chelsea as a squad don't have mentality issues because we've won cups or because
how is that a mentality issue when
Liverpool
competed?
Liverpool
competed for 4 years.
2.
No, they lost. No, it wasn't. It was more than 2 years.
It was the year they won. The year they won the league, because they didn't compete this year. The year they won the league
last year and the year before that.
The year before, year before that, where did they finish? 3rd or 4th?
4th.
Yeah, they've only competed for 2 seasons.
It's only
Liverpool came 2nd, with a high points tally.
Yes.
That was one season.
Then they won the league.
Then they won it. Yeah, and then what in this season?
And then they fell off this season.
But they also was the year before.
And then the year before that, I think the year before they finished.
No, they didn't. They finished like
they won Champions League.
So basically, they finished like fourth or something like that. Third, I think it's third or fourth. And no, they went to the final and lost to Real Madrid.
Oh, and it was the year before that.
And then after
second that year, no.
No, they didn't. And in the next season they won it and came second. And in the next season, they won the Prem. And in this season, they've fallen off. Like Liverpool, when people try...
All right, so let me spin this, right? Because the chat mainly disagree with me, because maybe I'm not getting my point across properly. If we win the Champions League, is everybody going to say we don't have mentality issues? Do we have mentality issues? Let me ask them.
Right now, basically, I don't understand, like, what 1-2 bad games and there's a mentality. You after that crazy run you went on.
No, I still, even if we win the Champions League, I do still think there's some kind of mentality issue.
Okay, but
so nobody disagrees with me then.
Tuchel hasn't had a window. He hasn't had a window.
No, we're not talking about.
I'm talking about the current crop of players.
We're talking about we're talking about the current crop of players that have been here since Conte, right? For the last 4 years. So if we win the Champions League, is everybody in the chat telling me we don't have a mentality issue?
How many managers have you gone through from Conte? That's 2 managers.
We've had Conte, we've had Sarri, we've had Lampard, we've had
and now Tuchel. Okay, that's 3 managers. That's a lot of managers to go through, man.
Last week we just discussed that Chelsea had lost 8 of their last 11 finals. So you're not going to tell me there's a mentality issue?
Yeah, listen, that stat is a bit bogus, isn't it? Because I feel like that stat's bogus. I do agree with you on most of the points.
And Arsenal under Wenger was still winning some FA Cups.
But that stat, they're counting. But hold on. They're in that stat. They're counting community shields, super cups.
Oh, that's
super. If you take that out, I think there's a 78% loss record.
I don't think it's.
It's something like that. If you take out the community shields, it's something like 78%.
Super Cups is. I'm sorry, Super Cup is not a final, man. You don't count.
You don't care about Super Cup. I do.
No, to me, it's an exhibition game.
No. Let's go back even further. I'm confused by your statement of the league is what matters most.
No.
Last week you just said trophies.
In terms of judging the season from the team in terms of mentality, the league campaign is where you got the most games. So that's where you can judge the team being consistent. Doesn't mean that I don't prefer winning cups. I don't celebrate top 4. But if you're judging the team's mentality as a whole, surely you're going to take the bulk of the season. Just the way you don't. Same way a lot of people say they won't judge Pogba from the France tournament because it's only 7.
So you don't remember the season where Liverpool
in the World Cup, but
behind in the league
season for Manchester United.
So you don't remember the season where 2 seasons ago where Liverpool were so behind in the league that they didn't think they could catch up. So they just threw all their eggs into the Champions League.
No, they would. No. You talk about the season they won it.
Yeah.
No, they finished second that season. But
they weren't going to win the league. So you wouldn't judge them because for them finishing second in the league and then winning the Champions League. That's still a winning season.
I think that season they bottled it, man. They were ahead. They were ahead, and then they bottled it.
Yeah,
they had a drawing streak. They had a drawing streak. So I don't agree. I agree with Man City. I don't agree with Liverpool. I've heard some people mentioning Liverpool. I heard some big guys in the Chelsea space on YouTube mention Liverpool like, we're not as bored and blah blah. Should be like Liverpool and blah blah. But I'm like, Liverpool have had about a 2 or 3 season purple patch. It's not been long term. It's not been that great.
Don't listen to them, man. Liverpool's owners are funneling money profits that Liverpool are making and investing it into his NBA teams and his NFL teams and his. Don't listen to them, man. Bro.
Their success has not been that good. Like, it's a bit overrated.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, look,
I wouldn't even say that. I'm talking even their refreshing of the squad once success was occurring has been poor. This reliance of we could just take $1 million. Like if you just even look at what they've done with that defending situation in the last year and a half, is nuts.
You're talking about Liverpool.
They're kind of doing a Man City in a way, bro. They're just constantly buying defenders, trying to patch holes, and then
they're not really splashing. Okay, but all right. So let's bring it back right to that.
Yeah, they just signed.
They signed
Konate.
But I'm talking about. I'm talking about in January where they just signed a bucket load of players. All right, so let's put it back right.
Kaba.
But they're all cheap. They're loans and whatnot. They're not 50 million on fullbacks. Don't try
it. but that's a lot.
You spent 40 million on Nathan Ake. Don't compare it to.
He'll come good, man. Lead the boy.
All right, but let me ask then. so Monstar, if we win the Champions League, there is still a mentality issue somewhere, isn't it? In this squad of players, there's something.
If we win the Champions League, I mean, yes, there's still that mentality issue they showed, in the FA Cup and that points in the season is still there. Although you can say they stepped up that mentality in order to win it, if we do end up winning it, innit? But I still think, it's still there a bit, and it will probably be addressed in the summer. So I reckon it will be addressed in the summer. Start seeing some proper players brought in it, and that mentality can just fly out the window. You never know.
How much more money do you think Abramovich is going to spend?
Brother, we just
the Podfather City have the same points the last 3 seasons, 375.
Yo, sorry, to say that again. Sorry, you're jumping in and out a bit, bro.
375. Look at the super chat. 375 points between Liverpool and Man City. They've got the same amount of points for the last 3 seasons.
Oh,
mad thing. Yeah, but then City have how many titles though? 2.
Yeah, they got two.
Liverpool got 1.
But Liverpool, I don't know about you guys, but I sympathise a lot with Liverpool this season.
I feel bad for them. That was unfortunate.
I do in a way, but I don't in a way, because when Man City had the injuries to Laporte and company, and they didn't
give us
Liverpool,
any
Liverpool
no one cared
fans,
about us, bruv.
Liverpool fans, and I don't like to hold all Liverpool fans to the standards of the ones that are talking, but some of them did say, what do you call it? It doesn't matter. They should have won it anyway, blah. They have enough players and blah, blah. And if that's the case, then since you got injuries, you have enough players. You should be doing what you should be doing, innit? It's no one's fault but their own. No one told them not to go out and sign some centre-backs. Everyone, if you've heard Drifty talk before the season started, he had already conceded because they didn't sign players. So it's not like anyone didn't see it, innit?
I think he meant 275 for the people in the chat, not 375. But you get the gist. They have the same amount of points, which is the main point. And it's a lot. It's a lot of points. It's a lot.
So let me quickly hit back to Monstar. How much more money do you think Abramovich is going to spend?
Bro, Man City and Chelsea are both. I don't know. Obviously, the winner gets a little more, but they've both generated over 100. I think around 120 in Champions League money. Obviously, Chelsea are going to sell some players this summer. I can see Tammy going for a good amount. I can see who else. I don't know how much Barkley would go for. I can see Loftus-Cheek as well going as well. There's Alonso, Emerson.
How much realistically going to get for these players though? They're not really playing, except for Barkley, obviously.
You get something for Barkley and something for Tammy and something for. I think you get a little like 15 mil or something for Alonso and Emerson. I think you can get that. They'll generate some money. I think there's money there. Chelsea have the money to spend.
I think that's why me and Monstar are so heavily against this Hazard and Willian thing, because we can sign. I think we can sign a top quality winger like a Grealish or a Sancho if you make the sales you need to make. I want to spin it. I want to spin it to Man City though, just to take it back, because Pep's celebrating in change rooms. I don't know if you saw the video, Saj, but he's smoking some sort of cigar. Your guy in the and then I don't know if you saw the quotes, but he was saying that I've got enough. I've full confidence in my team, because they were talking to him about the referee in the final, and they maybe have a previous beef or whatever. I don't know what's going on. And he was saying, nope, I don't care about that. I've got complete confidence in my team. You don't understand how confident I am in my team. How are you feeling right now with Pep? Because he seems to be on cloud nine. Man's saying
all the right stuff. What upset me a little bit though, and I know this is gonna sound nuts, yeah. I was like, I know we just won the league, but you man are being too emotional, bruv. You man are crying, bawling, singing like it's all done and the season's over. Yeah? I know this sounds nuts, innit? I was like, we've won the league, and I understand you man celebrating and all that. That's beautiful. But I'm like, bro, the game ain't over.
Do you know
what? You man are celebrating as if the season's done for us.
Bro, I felt that same. What you just felt is when in Antonio Conte's season, when we won the league, when we had the FA Cup final coming up after, innit? I was saying to myself, I don't like the way these guys are celebrating, because if it was down to me, there will be no trophy lifting, none of that. It wouldn't even happen now. I'd rather do it once we get to the Champions League and finish that, rather than doing that now, because these man, listen, I see them smoking cigars, drinking, and everything.
Bruv, and I was like, that upset me. I was like, Pep, bruv, you're the guy, bruv. We've got a Champions League game in less than a week. What are you doing, bruv?
Yeah, fam. Let them get lit, fam. Let them get lit as much as you want.
Bruv, I was like, do you know why? Yeah, do you know why? It's gonna be so somber now if Chelsea win, bruv. Because these
Listen,
men were celebrating like.
Listen,
Bro.
someone go get some escorts. Go bang these man's brains out and shit like that. Go listen, get them everything, bro.
Play music outside the city hotel in Porto. No night sleep. Just get every tactic you need to get it done. Do you know what I mean? If Chelsea fans are going over, make sure you make a lot of noise outside the hotel. All of that.
I think these men just wanted to flex in front of the fans. I'm calling it now, bro. That's what I think it was.
The emotion when he's speaking about Aguero was quite telling, wasn't it? As
bullshit,
well.
But I don't think
bullshit. You man are idiots.
Yeah, I thought so. I don't think Pep rates Aguero.
You know, Pep's like this. Thank you. I finally got this guy off this squad. The wage bill is too high with this one.
He was crying.
It was a fake hit, bro. Someone in the chat said crocodile tears, bro. I know what Pep's like. Finally, I got rid of this guy. Though he's killing the wage bill. He's the second highest earner in the squad, bro. There was players I could sign with that money. Come on, man.
I agree. I don't think he rates Aguero at all.
Wow, you man are saying scripted, yeah? Is that what you guys are saying in the chat?
remember, Pep's a realist, isn't it? And he's like, Pep's like, it's lovely and it's all cool and Aguero, but he's like, you did not perform for me at any point this season, bruv. You got injured, that's not your fault. And from that point onwards, but you can see Pep's like, do you know how you know Pep doesn't rate him? Because when Aguero got fit and he could have been putting back into the squad, Pep was like, I think it's
because it's Aguero, and this is again, it's the same. I'm going to tie Aguero and Hazard, right? Because they're two icons in the Premier League. Aguero is probably a bigger icon, obviously, because of the striking and all the goals that he scored. He's up there with Henry and in that conversation. But Hazard's still a big icon for Chelsea fans in the Premier League, right? Very similar situation for the both of them is that they both started to pick up injuries, right? And obviously, because Hazard's linked back to Chelsea, this is where I'll bring it in, I'll tie it in. You're playing a high press, counter-pressing, energy attack system where you've got players interchanging. Both of Chelsea and Man City's attacks are quite fluid. Granted, you got better decision-making in yours and way more clinical, but we're trying to go down that road, it would seem. We're not going with the big target man number 9, at least under Tuchel right now. And then you've got a situation where, emotional Man City fans will want Aguero back into the team because he's a legend. But at the end of the day, he can't do the pressing that Pep needs his forward to do. Can't take up the positions, maybe run the channels like he needs him to do. And therefore, because Aguero isn't of the level he used to be, the sacrifice is not worth it. And it's the same thing I talk about when I mentioned with Anita yesterday with Hazard. You're talking about bringing a player that we used to rely upon and the team used to be lopsided in his favor. But is what his output now, his attacking output in the last 2 years at Real Madrid, is that worth it now to make our team lopsided again? To, again, defensively, you're going to lose a whole heap because he's not tracking back. He's not going to press. That's why this game. Is it worth it in modern football? In modern football,
no disrespect,
what teams are built like that? The team is the team. It's a team game now.
Barcelona isn't going to work, bro.
It's a team game. That's what
no disrespect. Now. Messi don't run no more.
Exactly.
Aguero doesn't run anymore. Where is the pace coming from? And I'm going to say it now, yeah. If I was Barcelona, I would really think against signing Aguero, man, because that's going to cause some issues.
It's already done. It's already done.
Well, from the wink that Pep gave, yeah, it kind of seems like it's already done.
No, it's already done, yeah. It's already done.
Bruv, I don't see it working, man. Because there's no way you're going to tell me that Aguero runs more than Sanchez. You're just not.
This comment, man, when I seen this, I just started laughing. Man said Brazilian Abondo.
That's a mixtape, bro.
That's so was saucy, though.
He was, he got his goals. I saw a little interview came out with TalkSport and he was saying that he didn't really want to play for England too much, because he didn't ever feel like he was ever going to get the start. Man, were really getting into him in the comments about his mentality. But for Aston Villa back then, John Carew, Ashley Young, Gareth Barry, they had a good team, finishing 6th in the Premier League under Everton. They were good. But yeah, when it comes to the Aguero Hazard situations, I think, like I said, that's why I personally don't want Hazard back, because I just don't think the club is moving.
Okay, no, but there's a big difference. We're taking our OG out, and that's fine. We've had to do this a couple times now. We've had to do this with the Silva situation. We had to do this with the Yaya a couple years ago. What's going on with you, man? Because I don't understand. I don't understand how this narrative has come back up. You've gotten
Which
the big
one?
money.
No, the reason why
Hazard has dipped.
Hazard and Willian are, they're forcing it because they want to come back now because
They
it's
wanna
not
come
working
back.
out for them where they are.
We don't want them.
Right, but
We
this is
don't
the thing,
need
like,
them.
I don't. On what wages? Who's
Hazard
signing
on what,
these people?
400k a week?
Who's
Who's signing that?
But more important, how did this rumor even come about?
Because do you know what it is, right? Journalists are not stupid. They know Chelsea's affection for Eden Hazard is illogical at this point in terms of bringing him back. And there's not really. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I know people don't like it. I put that tweet up at 1:30 a.m. and I left
Wait. T, someone said Ogbonlahor is a traitor to Jamaica. Wasn't he Nigerian? Weren't he Nigerian, I swear?
Oh,
Do you know what it is, yeah?
Jesus,
After people like Tomori are getting left out England squads, Nigerian, Jamaicans, they're not happy right now with their people. And I get it. Because everybody's trying to play for England and you ain't even getting selected.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna lie, if you all just chose your actual nation, you'd have some serious squad. You'd be winning you'd be winning AFCONs, African Cup of Nations. You'd be challenging to get to World Cup group stages, getting through qualifiers.
Let me just pull this up. Somebody said in the chat. I want to see
Yeah,
what you
but with a lot of African nations, yeah, and this is not to discredit them or anything, but you also get political issues where, like, remember Ghana in 2014 with Kevin Prince and Suleiman Montari or whatever his name is. Over the pay and situation, like, you do get that a lot in those nations, isn't it? But this is not to disrespect them or anything. You know what I mean?
Can someone just put this in the chat, and can we just quickly have a? I need to hear your opinion on this. Aguero is more lethal on current form.
Well, obviously not. No, I mean Suarez has literally just led his team to a La Liga title, so no.
Yeah,
facts, my G.
What? I'm just like, what? Like, no, just like, where the narratives that, bruv. You know what? Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about the man because the man did work. He did
but
put
this
in
is the
work.
thing. I don't want to talk. Me and you are very the same. We're actually being logical about this. Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about Hazard, but people need to be honest about Hazard, and that's what this fan base can't do. So when Hazard's picking up injury issues, we can blame the Real Madrid physios. I'm sure they have a part to play. But at the end of the day, Mandem turned up to his dream move overweight because he was loving his burgers. This is fact. This is not lies. I'm not calling him fat. I'm not going over the top here. But people can't separate their emotions from the truth when it comes to talk about this player. He was stuffing his face with burgers. This is a fact. There was reports going out when he was at Chelsea that he didn't train that hard. He kind of was enjoying himself. He doesn't really train that hard. Plays Mario Kart before the game, comes out and drops a 10 out of 10. That's all good because he's a great player.
He's like Berbatov, but not Berbatov.
That shit. And the thing is, once you get
older,
when
I say that, they're like, "Oh, you're fat shaming."
Yeah, the thing is, once you get to a certain point in your career, that it catches up to you.
Exactly. He's not Ronaldo. He's not Cristiano.
Yeah, like Ronaldo will continue playing because he continues to take good care of his body.
The man's got leg insurance.
Thing I wanted to get into.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Exactly.
I've got leg insurance.
One thing I wanted to
he does. No, that's not a joke. He really has leg insurance.
No, he does. But one thing I wanted to get into was that when you mentioned he doesn't train well. Now we know one of the reasons why Tuchel left PSG was his issues with some of the players not necessarily listening, working hard or listening to his instructions and things like that. With Hazard, we don't want to bring that kind of mentality into a team, even though these guys aren't finishing. Yes, that's correct. They're not finishing properly, not scoring goals. But these guys are still working hard. We don't want to bring a guy who's on astronomical wages into the team and bringing that kind of mentality into this.
I've never heard so many facts getting spitted at once.
You don't want that coming into your team, man. It's like poison. I'm not saying Hazard is a horrible player or anything, but we don't want to bring that back, man.
More importantly, we have a problem with striking. Let's bring in a winger. What? You've got wingers.
It's not even a goal scorer.
Let's bring in a winger.
A creative winger. Hazard's a creative winger. We need goal scorers, right? We create a lot of chances. We need goal scorers. We need clinical finishers. Someone who's actually going to be ruthless in front of the goal. Hazard, as much as I love him, he could have actually probably been more selfish and got more goals in his career and challenged the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, or whatever, or Neymar at least. But because he's so much of a team player and he, as he says, he just wants to enjoy himself, he actually never really reached the level that he could have reached. He could have actually gone further. So people are not really putting things together and thinking to themselves, why did Tuchel leave PSG? What is Tuchel's system at Chelsea in terms of the counter press, in terms of high energy? And does that make sense with an Eden Hazard who hasn't been fit for 2 years, isn't on form, on astronomical wages?
We can go as far to say he's probably one of Barcelona's worst signings of all time.
Real Madrid to us.
So Real Madrid, my bad.
He is.
He's up there.
Unfortunately, he is. Unfortunately, he's up there.
I wouldn't say he is, because there's still the Michael Owen. There's other players too, but he is up there.
He has to be top 10, man. Like from what you've done to what.
I'm telling you, they all want to come back.
They all want to come back,
man. Think this is. They all think.
You know what's mad as well,
time, bro, Monstar. Every single time I see this Oscar thing, I say no immediately. Oscar, no. William, no. Hazard, no. This is not a retirement.
No, William's chapter. Well, he was actually. Remember, William was offered a 2-year contract, right? He was offered a 2-year contract. I think he wanted 3.
Someone said I like mentioning counter pressing. You know why? Because we can't break teams down, bro. So the only way we can win and score goals is by counter pressing. I'm not mentioning it because it's a fancy word. I'm mentioning it because we can't break teams down. So the only way to get goals is to win the ball high up the pitch because there's more space. Teams are caught outside of their defensive shape in transition, and there's more space to work in and score. Which is what did we do against? Was it Real Madrid? We was great in transition, wasn't it, Monstar? At home. We was good in transition against Real Madrid at home, wasn't it? Yeah. But there was a Leicester game, right? They win the ball from a Reece James pass. There's a bit of pressing going on. They score. That's what we need to do. We can't break teams down. So we have to have high energy forwards.
Do you know what's mad as well, man? Listen, all these men wanted out. They wanted out badly. Like Hazard was twerking for Real Madrid for like 2 or 3 years, although he did stay and whatever. Okay, you got your move, you got your dream move. You've been dreaming for this.
Oh, he's been dreaming on that for a hot sec.
All his life.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, William thought Arsenal was a greener pasture situation than Chelsea.
Oscar wanted the money. Oscar wanted the peas. You got your peas. You got your nice money move. Brother, we don't need you anymore. Now we got this.
I'm just waiting for Ramirez to pop in the chat. Like, let's call the whole gang back.
Diego Costa still kicking balls.
Oh my lord!
I think he's a free agent, but we were good on that too.
Get everybody back in it. Let's get everybody back.
Get Conte and the gang, man. Why not, bro?
Yeah.
Keep them man where they are. Listen, you man, we had a great run. I think we won a couple titles with you lot. It's been a great, amazing run, man. You know, clap for yourself. Enjoy your dream move in heaven or wherever the hell you are. And no disrespect to you, stay there. Please, just stay there. Or go somewhere else.
The one thing I did agree with Lampard when he was here, that he said players need to have Chelsea as their end goal. I couldn't agree more. Have it as your end goal. You don't see Man City selling their big name players to Real Madrid and Barcelona over the last few years. David Silva stayed.
They sold Sane.
Yeah, they sold Sane. Well, Sane went to Bayern.
No, Sane was on loan contract, so we didn't have a choice really.
If there wasn't,
he ran down his contracts on purpose because Bayern.
But he was in like it was the Sane situation. I was personally hurting it because I was like, we spent all this time nursing you back to health here, and the moment that you might have been able to repay, you got a bad injury, and we did everything for him, and then you don't want to leave, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, because Bayern tapped him up. This is what Bayern do. They tap up players. They get them to remember them. I think Lewandowski was the one they made run down his contracts, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they got it for free. This is what Bayern do. So they tried to get Sane to run down his contract too, but Man City was smart and sold him immediately.
I wonder if they could do that with Haaland. Just say, listen, don't move this summer. We'll talk to you next. That's what my
prediction was. What's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
That's my prediction.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
I think no one's signing. Bro, you do know that once Haaland does not, if they don't sell him this summer, it's out of Dortmund's hands. Where Haaland
that's
goes.
what I'm saying. They're gonna sell him. 100%.
To who?
To who?
There's people looking for strikers.
He's going nowhere, G.
You think? I'm gonna put it like, you think like a man like Tottenham got that offer, they wouldn't strike with the irons up? Knowing that Harry Kane wants the cut.
Do you really think if Tottenham were to sell Kane, they're going to use all that money to buy Haaland? And you think Haaland's gonna? Do you think Haaland's gonna
take a walk?
Is he gonna go into the conference
Get some
league?
fresh air, man. Get some
Bro,
fresh air.
Dortmund got Champions League football, you know.
Go and take a walk, man. Get some fresh air. You're not serious.
He's going Bayern, man.
Man said Tottenham. You got no respect.
Juve? They're on a
No,
transitional.
they don't have the
Ronaldo.
money, man.
No, man.
I
They
know,
got
it's
Ronaldo
looking
up
like
front,
it's looking
bro.
like Ronaldo will dip. So why not?
No, Ronaldo's
No.
a
He's
pro
staying now. It looks like he will stay for another year. It was all
Ronaldo-
predicated on Champions League football, but they got it. So
Yeah, they
so
got
he's
it.
staying.
That's not happening. The Podfather says, "Yeah, I'm sure Ziyech is a beast in training." I don't know, innit?
He might be better than Hazard in training, bro.
I don't know. I thought
cute,
Ziyech
though.
would be
Training don't
quite a
mean nothing, bro.
hard-working guy coming from the Ajax.
It doesn't.
No, man. Like training is just so you can get on the pitch, but boy, you can be the best. You can score 50 goals in training. That's training.
When it comes to, I mean, we'll get back onto the Champions League final kind of talk now. In terms of, obviously, Man City are huge favourites, right? I've been humbled the last few weeks. I'm still confident. I'm still actually a little bit like someone asked me earlier. Am I still confident? I'm never really not gonna be confident in my team, even doing some sort of shithousery, get something out of the bag in a final. 90 minutes, anything can happen. So I'm not going in there saying we've lost. That's not gonna come out my mouth. You're not gonna hear that. I'm a believer. But what I will say is we need Kante back fit. I don't know his situation in terms of fitness, but he's meant to be back on Wednesday in training. We need Mendy back. And I don't really know. I mean, we're going to get into it now. How are you confident? The fuck? Maybe I'm just telling you. Maybe I'm just telling you lies. I'm trying to be confident. You're not helping, but I'm trying, Aaron. I'm trying my best to at least pretend to be confident.
It's been a rough few weeks for you, man. For real, bro. It's been a rough few. Like, if you just sit back and just watch this show 3 weeks ago, bro, it's been a Mazzolini. You men have been through the mud.
What I would say though, when I look at the season over, obviously the Champions League final has not been played, but when I look at the season overall, and I look back, I think it's been a good season for Chelsea. I mean, I get it, we laboured into top 4, but we're in a Champions League final. We got to the FA Cup final. If you were to tell me that when the season started, you're going to be in a Champions League final, an FA Cup final, and get top 4, I would have said that would be an amazing season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I am happy in a way that these guys have progressed on from last season, because this is still better than last season, isn't it? Yeah. But obviously now they've got to take an even better step forward next season, isn't it?
If they win it, this is way ahead of schedule. Let's keep it very much.
Oh yeah, this is way ahead of schedule.
Way ahead of schedule. Now, the reason why I'm a little bit confident is because we're actually that bad right now, and I don't know. Like,
this underdog status that you man have, like, grow. I'm not a fan of it.
I know,
do you know why? Yeah,
because
now I feel the onus that Man City have to win and win convincingly. Like, I'm not liking this. Because this is how narratives get set up, bruv. And then the media's Man City lose their shit, and then all of a sudden, bruv, just a 72-minute goal goes in, and then you man just keep 11 man behind the ball, and then add another goalkeeper on just for extra defense, and there's 2 goalkeepers playing in goal.
And there too.
And then you somehow grind out the 1-0.
That is part. I feel this. My confidence is coming from, because we're that bad, and there's like no expectations. No one thinks we're gonna win. So now I'm just like, well, what have we got to lose? It's lovely, isn't it? Because if we were winning games now, I'd be like, oh, this team could get overconfident, and then they'll probably get their asses humbled and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we were winning games, my expectations would build up and I'd get excited and stuff. Now that we've been so shit since we played you, I'm just like, well, we're just going
even
for a free hit.
If you didn't win the FA Cup, but you packed in Aston Villa 4-0, you'd be high right now. But
a little bit, at least something. We ain't got nothing to cling on to. We're literally just vibes right now. If I have to see a Werner offside goal in this Champions League final, I swear to you, I'm going to turn the TV off. Well, actually, no, I won't. It won't be a.
Bro, I'm looking into Monstar. I'm looking into Monstar's screen, and he's like having a That's So Raven moment where he flashed forward and he's seeing it and he's pissed.
I see a W, bro. I see a W.
You know that one where she has the vision and you just like zooms into the eyeball. It's just like, and she just zooms up. Just whoa. That's Monstar right now.
What question? Serious question. Does Werner start?
Oh Lord, we're gonna get into our teams, right? So let's do that. Let's get into our teams. So in goal for us, Mendy if he's fit, right? We hope and pray that he's fit. We're not gonna disagree on that. And Saj, for you in goal, no cup goalkeeper team, right? Edison.
Top goals, Golden Gloves of the year.
Did he got it in the end? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got it. I think he got 2 ahead of. Wait, was it 5-0?
Yeah,
5-1 against Everton.
Yeah,
so he got three goals ahead of Mendy and Martinez.
Okay.
Which isn't that much, really.
No, Martinez has been really good for Aston Villa. Arsenal looking well. Let's not even get into that.
You know what? Let's not even.
Let's not even get into that.
You get rid of the goalkeeper that's in form, even though he's your second goalkeeper, but playing so good, he's usurped the first goal. Do you know what, bro?
And now Leno, and the worst thing is now Leno wants
to cut. Bro, Arsenal,
you know what's mad? I think Chelsea has the second best defensive record in the Premier League. That's crazy. That's actually mad.
Wait, what?
We've got the second best defensive record in the Premier League.
Yeah, our defensive record is the reason why we're fourth, bro. Our top scorer is Jorginho, bro. Bro,
that is actually, bro. Look at Liverpool's record towards the end of the season is outrageous.
Nuts.
Just all W's. Just all W's. Jesus, that's a good team.
No,
that's a good team.
Like, honestly, this is why I sympathize with them, because they had a lot of issues off the pitch, right? We know about that. That's going to take its toll mentally on the team and definitely those individuals. They had a lot of injuries. I sympathize again. People say, "Oh, you're arse licking." I'm really just being honest. You can't expect a team to play with their 5th, 6th, 7th choice centre back and be the same team. And then when they compensate midfielders and put them at the back and then compensate their midfield and then therefore compensate their chance creation in their attack, you can't expect them to be the same team. If Chelsea had to play their 7th and 6th choice centre backs, I'd be riding that until the walls fall off. I'd be like, listen, don't even talk to me about about football anymore. We're done. But you can see when all their players are back and they're firing, they're still a good team. Like a good team don't just die overnight, so it's not really surprising. That chat going about Klopp's mother, I didn't forget. So you're talking about one of the best coaches in the world now having to do again.
I feel like the team rallied behind Klopp.
They did. They rallied. It was emotional thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because in terms of like what they had to work with, they still had the front three, but defensively, man, it was a mess, absolute mess. So that's why I give them a bit of sympathy there. But I mean, Saj, who's your back four for this game?
Oh, chat's got it pretty much down. I'm not gonna lie, I've only got one. I've got one take. I'm not gonna lie. I would start Zinchenko over Cancelo, but that's me. Yeah. I think he's been great, bro. In the games that I've seen him play, bro, I think he's been amazing. I think Cancelo is good, is very good. Don't get it twisted, but from time to time, he is prone to switch off slightly, okay. And it really depends what wingers you play. I don't know what Chelsea are going to play, so it really depends what wingers you play down the flanks. That potentially Cancelo could have a more difficult night than Zinchenko. That's just me doing it.
I think Azpilicueta has been playing the bulk of the games right wing back. I don't see that changing. I think he'll play there, and I think Reece James will play right side centre back. So Zinchenko versus Azpilicueta, I think it's not the worst matchup.
No, that's not. That's what. No, okay, no.
Yeah, it's not the worst matchup. I would personally swap them and put Reece James back at right wing back and put Aspi back at centre back, just to give us something more going forward with Reece James. But I don't think that will happen. Monstar, who would your back three be?
Silva, Rudiger, and Aspi. That would be my back three. But if Aspi's going against Zinchenko, you're right. That's actually not that bad. It'll be different if he was going against, someone way more attacking in it. But him against Zinchenko is not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. Christensen's still out. Wouldn't play him anyway now. He hasn't had the minutes. Yeah, Silva, Rudiger, Aspi back three for me. Chilwell, Reece, wing backs. Saj, who you play in midfield? Is Fernandinho starting?
Fernandinho, Silva, Gundogan.
People are saying Aspi's shit, or someone said that Aspi's washed. That's from Aaron. Christensen's not fit. Christensen's not played a game for how long?
Yeah,
now?
he's
so
not.
You're gonna just throw him in? I don't think so. Can't just throw him in. You're asking.
When was the last time you played?
Weeks ago.
You can't play someone that's not playing.
It was against City. The last time he played was against City.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Now you're asking.
He didn't play against Arsenal.
No, you're asking for a shit show.
It was Zuma.
Zuma came in. Yeah.
And we remember I
would swap Aspi and Reece back over now. Chilwell left wing back. Midfield, I'd go Kante and Jorginho. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah, I think Kova's been quite poor since coming back from injury. He's still rusty. I give him that. I give him the slack. What was your free side? Fernandinho.
Gundogan and Silva.
Oh, Bernardo.
Yeah.
Has he
Been
been?
great.
He's been playing regularly.
Yeah, he has.
Oh,
Yeah, he's been great.
do you know what it is? Yeah, sometimes he's one of them guys. Yeah, he's quality.
He's so silent in the bruv. He's like Silva, where he kind of just does a thing, bruv, but you don't really. He's a leader, but pause. Like
Not a leader, but
not this Silva, the other Silva. That other Silva was like a leader, but he was like so quiet. He just did the job and just kept it moving, you know. Like if you didn't actively remember that Bernardo played at Man City, you'd forget.
Yeah, no, you would, because Pep is very prone to taking him out and then putting him back in, and it's all over the place. And then
should I read this one real quick? The super chat.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Coca has quickly said the panel acting like City ain't beatable and CFC are so bad. CFC can beat any team. TT knows what it takes tactically, and the team will be ready for City. Thoughts?
That's what I said. I think I said we can beat anyone on our day, but consistently to challenge for the league, we need to be better. Over the
Remember this cup final as well, bro.
The cup final. I just said the only reason why I'm a little bit confident is because we've been so bad recently in the last few weeks.
This is the big boy thing right here, bro. The big boy thing.
Yeah.
So
that's my mind.
Oh, King Julian, where is this coming from? Someone's putting fake news in the chat. Breaking news: Kevin De Bruyne and Mahrez are both. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. Like,
don't even put down the screen. Don't even.
That's voodoo talk right there. You're coming off. Voodoo talk.
And then, Saj, who's your front three?
You already know, fam. You already know, bro.
Foden, De Bruyne, Mahrez. Simple.
You already know.
I like Foden left wing has surprised me because you wouldn't usually put a left footer out on the left wing, but it's
been weird because in that second game against PSG, I was seeing Cancelo do a lot of diagonal balls, but Cancelo's like accuracy wasn't the best, so Mahrez was having to run a bit further, so he wasn't getting a lot of balls. But it was very interesting. So what was happening is like, in that second game, Cancelo was getting the ball, pinging it across the Mahrez. The balls that Mahrez did get, and then Walker would come up from the right hand side, and then they would do like 1-2s and then try and get the ball in. It was very interesting.
Yeah,
it was quite dynamic, and I liked it. But Cancelo's passing isn't the best. But yeah, Mahrez is doing the thing.
He's doing a thing. He's in the thumbnail for a reason. Doing a thing. He's been very good in the knockout rounds for you in the last PSG and then whoever you played before that. Dortmund, sorry. A lot of people in the chat are saying Aspie, they don't want Aspie playing, right? And obviously Aspie's up against probably Foden. If Christensen was fit and he'd been playing recently, I would have played Christensen right side centre back and I would have played Reece James and I would have left Aspie out. But who do you actually want to play if you're not playing Aspie? Do you want to play Zuma, Aaron? Because Aaron's saying he doesn't want him in the team. Do you want to play Zuma?
I would only play Zuma if it was Everton. Any other game, no.
Because I honestly don't get who you want to bring in. Do you want to bring in Hudson-Odoi at right wing back and put Reece James at right side centre back? Obviously, Aspie's going to play. It's not a discussion. Unfortunately for you guys, I personally don't have a problem with it because I just don't think we have any other options.
Quickly,
he's going to play.
Just remind me in the chat. I got my games mixed up. Game 1, not game 2 of the Champions League. My apologies. Just remember.
And then, I mean, Monstar, who would be our front three? Because it's I don't even know.
Then and win, man.
Werner.
Mount.
Why did you look so disappointed when you said that? Your head just went down. You went like
because it's annoying not having a single forward that you can rely upon to score.
They all disappoint me, bro. They all are disappointing. I'm tired of just saying. It gets tiring when you repeat the same thing week in, week out.
You sound like one of them broken girlfriends that just it's not working with their boyfriend anymore.
We could have scored more if these lot are taking their chances. I'm tired of saying that. Like that's a sentence I'm actually tired of saying myself and tired of hearing people say. It's exhausting, my bro. It's actually exhausting. These guys, they will get chance after chance after chance, and no one. This is why I don't necessarily blame the midfield, because how can you blame the midfield for these lot just not finishing their chances?
Look at Charlie. Charlie's
right, bro.
Hype up. You might have been telling us for weeks to shut up and sit down. Now you're trying to hype us up. No, do your thing. We're underdogs. Do your thing.
Nah,
man.
bro,
Stop
I'm not
trying to-
liking this underdog status because if you lose, it's part of the course, and if you win, you slayed the Giants, bro. No, stop push. Say, nah, bro. I know these narratives, fam. I know this media thing right here.
Oh, I'm just trying to boogie my way over to the underdog seat. You know what I mean? I'm not really trying to put too much pressure on my team right now. I agree with Monstar.
Who else? Who else you got, Monstar?
Huh?
You didn't finish your strikers. You said.
I might just take Havertz. I don't even at this rate. I don't even know who I'd choose, bro. Might be actually. You said Ziyech is your bogey. Your bogey. Yeah, I think Ziyech.
Ziyech scored some goals.
I'm not confident, bro. It's gotten to a point where I'm not even confident with anyone right now because, brother, who's gonna score, man? Who's gonna put the ball into the back of the net?
What do you mean?
You can actually lay it on a plate.
A legend on the team, fam. Jorginho.
You can lay it on the plate, on the absolute plate to Werner, and he will still miss. Do you get what I mean? He was still
pay the 50 mil and get Bamford back. Come on now.
Man said bring Bamford back, man. Get out of here. Fuck's sake.
My man made a goal line clearance against Leeds, bruv. A goal line clearance. Like he could have either just left it or he could have tapped it in himself. Instead, he cleared it off the line. My man is down bad, G. Down bad.
I mean, my front three would be we're gonna wrap up soon, but my front three would be Mount, Havertz, and Werner. Same as Monstar. I've got no confidence in terms of any one that you select. I'm not going to lie to you. They've not shown anything since Tuchel's arrived, really, in terms of consistency about really being finishers at the highest level. So I'm waiting for them to have their pre-season. So I'm really just hoping that we can rub our hands together, make a wish upon a star and one of these bastards turn up. Because right now, I have no confidence. Like, let's be real. We could put Ziyech out there and we could put out I
know this is gonna sound mad, yeah.
Pulisic.
Can you pull up that comment by James Eustace, bro? It's not. You see, when you tell the truth on a platform, people take it as hate.
They think that you hate Werner when you're telling them the truth about Werner.
Do people not understand what? I don't think people understand what hate means.
Why would Monstar hate Timo Werner? Like, where did their paths cross?
Saying the Arsenal fan base, my friend.
Did Timo Werner do you dirty in real life? Do you hate him like that?
Oh, I don't listen. I'm not part of those. You know what? In this fan base, there's a lot of people running their agendas and things like that. I don't do that. That's so long for me. I'm a grown man. I ain't got time to be on social media.
Keep bringing it up. Why does he keep bringing it up? Because
it keeps happening.
Because it keeps costing you games.
Like what? Like, I don't really know if Werner wasn't playing. We wouldn't bring it up, but he's playing and he's offside and he's missing chances and he's getting his hand in the way for tap-ins. Of course, it's going to get brought up because he's not scoring and he's
it's just what. Listen, it's like he said. It's not that. You're right. It's not that deep. But it's just what happens. It's happening in games. You know what I mean? It's frustrating.
You said it's not that deep. We're in the Champions League final, my brother. It's not that deep. Listen to me. If Werner was on my team, yeah, bro, and he cost me the trip, brother, I live in London. I will make the trek. I will find where you live, bro, and I will burn it to the ground, fam. Let me not break the guidelines. You think you man are a lot nicer than I am. You man are a lot nicer. Let's put it this way: if on the final day of the season, our team sheet came out and Aguero was on it, me and Pep need to have words off rip.
James says, "What do you mean? You have Sterling? You basically have Werner and Sterling."
No, let's not do that. Sterling has seasons: one bad season, one really good season. It's a history. So next season, he's gonna score 50 goals and do everything for us. So.
Okay. Well, listen. Like I said, man said, "Calm down after piping up. Make it make sense." The chat is battling with you there in there, James. Abby says we have actually been losing because of our forwards. They are asking for perfection from our defense and our midfield. It's not fair. Spot on. Couldn't be more spot on. Now, other part of the team, we're starting to question them, highlight their errors even more because they're making a few errors in a time where they've been mainly perfect. If the strikers have just been scoring and bailing them out sometimes, like the defense bailed them out, we wouldn't have that problem. We're going to wrap up anyway. You've got our starting 11s now as well.
Read Abby's comment quick. While she said, wow.
Whose comment?
Abby. Okay.
Oh, I read it. Yeah, I just read it. Yeah.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah. Let me go through the chat. Only scoring offside goals. Werner's a lot more calm and collective when he's offside. Then he runs through and he rounds the goal.
Do you know what I love? Yeah, how you can play so bad and cost so much money, and the fan base still just gaslight anyone that talks bad about Werner, bro. What is this about, bro?
It's weird.
Because I don't support Chelsea. So I'm so curious.
I spoke earlier on in the season about the unfair treatment between Tammy Abraham and Timo Werner, right? I spoke about that because I'm not talking about Tammy's playing time. I don't really care too much about that because he's not world class. However, in terms of Timo Werner, the perception and the backing that he gets in comparison to the lack of backing Tammy gets, I find it very strange. That's all I was saying. I thought there was a lot of double standards being put around. And yeah, I just think people weren't really being fair and, you know, criticizing equally and fairly. Like, because he's the new signing and he costs more and we hyped him up and he scored all those goals last year in the Bundesliga, we give him more time than the person who didn't cost anything, already showed he can score goals in this league. I don't get it, personally. Score predictions. I was just hoping this wouldn't happen. Saj, what's your score prediction?
So before I do score predictions, we're doing this now because we can't. Next time the game will be done. Next time we do one of
I'm
these,
seeing
the
you
game will
for
be
the
done.
watch along.
So, yeah, no. I'm not doing it. I'm talking to Monster. So we're getting our bets in from now. I said a couple episodes ago, if Chelsea beat Man City, I will buy you, man, the new kits. And then Matisse tried to do a slick thing when a certain monster tried to reciprocate that fund, that offer, and Matisse just tried. Oh, look at it, come off the screen. So
I'm not taking that anymore. I already got.
You're not taking it no more.
I don't gamble.
Oh, so guess your religion, eh?
Whenever I gamble, I lose anyway.
Chelsea people, yeah. These are your foremost. These are your foremost presenters. These are
now,
your.
I'm not a gambler.
No. You know what it is, Saj? You know what it is? I remember when I used to gamble back in the day, I never used to gamble on Chelsea. So I'll gamble on every other team except Chelsea in it. I am not gambling on
Arsenal
Chelsea.
fan TV stuff is that?
Because it brings
we're
bad
not
luck.
gamblers, but if Betfair want to get in contact about sponsorship,
send the emails down below. Okay, I'm gonna say 3-1.
Monstar, what about
3-1 City.
I can't do score predictions, but I'm just going to say Chelsea are going to win. I can't do score.
Same. I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
Do you know why? No. Both of you have to. Do you know why? Because I want people to hold you accountable to what you say now. Go through. I want to hear score. Monster, you can't just do that, bro. That's how it works.
I don't do score predictions, bro.
You're a commentator, bro. You gotta give us.
No, I don't do score predictions.
Come on,
I'm just gonna go over 1-0 Chelsea win because we ain't scoring 2 goals.
Raw, you don't know?
1-0 Chelsea win.
Couple penalties, Jorginho. No.
What do you mean couple penalties? Are you crazy? we've been asking for penalties when Hazard's been getting when Werner's been getting kicked in the back of the leg and still ain't getting a penalty. No, it's not happening. 1 penalty max. Monstar's not getting involved. Someone told me to say nothing. All right. Monstar, let them know where to find you, bro. What content you got coming out this week for the Champions League build-up?
Obviously you find me on MonstarCFC, but I'm just for now mainly covering the transfer stories and obviously a build up on. I'll probably build up to the Champions League final on Friday, but for now just the champion just transfer stories because they're just coming in thick and thin. Like so many stories surrounding Chelsea and who we want to buy. Trust me, we're gonna buy big. Leave that.
Isn't it interesting that you didn't say thick and fast? You said thick and thin because those are some thin transfers, bruv. Willian back to Chelsea.
No. Those are not our. Listen, that's them and their agents trying to make things happen. We ain't getting them. Hazard, Willian. No disrespect to you lot. You were great for us. There's no room for you at Stamford Bridge. I'm sorry. There's no room.
Respectfully.
Links are in the chat. Make sure you go and subscribe to Monstar's channel. Make sure you smash the likes. Over 700 people watching, which that's really good considering the show wasn't actually meant to be. Usually it's on Sundays, you guys know that, but we just had to move it because of the Premier League fixtures, and obviously Steve was celebrating. I was head gone after that terrible performance as well. So yeah, came at a random day for you guys that you're not used to, but still 700 people watching. So smash the like, subscribe. Me and Saj are going to be doing a watch along with Dammy. I'm actually flying out to London tomorrow as well, so I'll be back. I'll be back in the motherland, as they call it.
Are you lot all going to be in the same place?
Yeah.
Where you lot doing it?
God rest our soul.
We'll talk to our screen. We ain't gonna give the information to everybody. Let's see, there's random people showing up.
Bag of man just show up at the house.
What you man saying? Yeah, man saying for the thing, innit?
Yeah. Just here to watch the game. Yeah, I didn't want to play the TV bill, so I'm gonna watch it with you guys.
Let me just rock one final question because I'm a contrarian like that. Yeah, say it goes to penalties.
I'm leaving. Not involved.
Okay, cool.
If it goes to penalties, then I'm turning away from the TV and I'm just waiting for the cheers, and not involved.
Fair enough.
Don't have much confidence. Nah, I'm not involved. I'm not getting through that again. Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. All right, people. Glad you
Big
enjoyed
up
the show.
City. So I just gotta say that.
Big up, Big Steve. Enjoy the sun. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't get sunburnt out there, my bro. Yeah, we need you back in one piece now for the aftermath when the game's over. Because if you don't win and the underdogs manage to prevail, oh, how we will have fun.
Bro, if I don't win,
you're not coming. You're not coming on.
Let's not talk about that, bro.
Can we count
win,
on your presence?
I'm gonna win.
No
I'm
one's
Chelsea
hiding.
fans.
Can we count on your presence in our class next week if you
100%,
fail the test?
100%, bro.
Is that what you're gonna say to the teacher? 100%, bro.
We're gonna take that Super Cup from United, and then who knows from there? The sky's the limit.
You ain't turning up to class. In a bit, people. Peace.
Perfect.